Hey guys, welcome to Worlds Collide. I'm Matt.
And I'm Tony.
And we're here to talk about The Flash. Finally came back this week after a month absence that we both never agree with. I never understand how they do that. I mean, I know that they've got their plan, but it's so ridiculous. This was a big episode. Actually, I was really looking forward to this episode. The episode was titled Flash versus Zoom, and we got our first backstory on, now we know, Hunter Zolomon. Remember when they first name dropped him? I told you, I was like, that's a huge name, bro. They can't be just name dropping him like that. It was a big deal. What did you think of the episode? Or we'll start with Zoom's backstory. What did you think of his backstory?
It makes sense why he's a serial killer.
Right.
Serial killer.
That first opening scene with the mom and the dad, I was like, dude, this is dark.
Yeah.
This is dark, dude. Very cool. Lots of, I guess, twists and turns. Before we get into the nitty gritty and all that stuff, I really liked the episode, how it started. I liked where it was going, and it ended, for me, terribly.
Terribly?
For me. I thought it was a terrible ending to this episode. One, it felt very cliche, like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Like, come on, guys. Like, the show, you and I have put this show so high on our kind of, not expectations, but, like, this show really set a bar for us. And it's been so good. I mean, literally every week before we started doing this, every episode, we were texting each other, like, oh, my God, did you just see, oh, my God, we'd be freaking out.
Yeah.
And for me, this episode this week was like, this, really? Like, oh, God, come on, guys. Go ahead.
I feel like Flash has been strong. Season 1 was strong.
Oh my
Season
God,
2 has been strong.
Yes, I agree with that.
And this episode, I didn't feel that way. Like, I felt like by the end of it, I was like, you guys are doing so good, and there always has to be that one fuck up, and it's like, excuse my language. They're like, yeah, I did notice that. I did catch that. It's like, why when everything's going good, in every show something has to go bad.
Yeah.
Like, why can't it just go good? Like, it's like earlier in the season when he's carrying Flash and he beat the crap out of Flash and drag him through. That already set the bar high. And so, like, you don't need to, like, go further and take away his powers.
Yeah, come
now
on.
It's like now he has to think even bigger on how he's going to
do you think they're going to play on the Flashpoint, like, he's going to get struck by lightning again?
Possibly.
Maybe. I mean, that'd be cool, but overall, like, I really enjoyed it. I loved watching Zoom's backstory. I really liked seeing him as Cisco, now Vibe, almost Reverb, started opening up breach portals, which was the effects alone. This episode, it boggled my mind how they do so well with the budget they have for these effects. They're so good.
Yeah, they have a pretty good effects team.
Loved watching Zoom finally make his way back into Earth-1 and the standoff, and Barry thought he had that planet. It was great, man. He had him.
Yeah.
He had him.
And that's why, like, when that twist comes in, it's like, okay. Especially after saying that, oh, Flash is supposedly faster than Zoom, and then Flash can't catch him.
Come on, man.
That didn't make any sense.
What was the point of the... I can't even think of it. That thing he wore.
Yeah.
What was the point? And speaking of that, why no mention of Supergirl? What was that all about?
The biggest thing I brought up to you was
oh my god!
I was like, okay, he came back from Supergirl's world. Didn't even you think Cisco would want to hear this,
right?
A woman flying.
Didn't they take a picture together in the Supergirl crossover? He could have shown Cisco.
Yeah, like
what is going on?
I don't know if they're gonna touch base on another episode, but I feel like this would have been the episode to talk about it.
Oh my
even
god.
For a brief second, like, hey,
like I said, man,
yeah, I didn't like that.
It's so strong, and in this episode, like, it started off good. You know, another thing that really bugged me is they were like. And they finally addressed it, because the whole time I'm wondering, okay, if Jay/Hunter is Zoom, how is it that, who did he kill? Who did he kill when the hand came through the last breach portal? Who was that? And they're like, oh, it's Jay Garrick, but it's a time remnant. What?
That wouldn't make any sense, though, because wouldn't he have killed himself?
No, I don't think so.
If he's getting him from the past.
But he said it was a random timeline that didn't matter.
Oh.
So you're telling me that he convinced his own self to, like, let me just take you? Come on. Okay, now I know I'm upset about this. There's still more episodes to go. I know. And I'm hoping this all gets explained, because I'm like, how are you going to take the name Jay Garrick, one of the Flashes, and then turn him into a nothing?
Well,
same thing I thought with Hunter, man, when they first name dropped him.
I guess, of course, comic book fans are, they complain about everything. So they started complaining, and one of the executive producers said that guys, Jay Garrett is a good guy. We wouldn't not just, not recognize that. So maybe the twist is...
I hope, man.
Maybe the twist is the guy in the mask is the actual Flash Jay Garrett. Like, the actual...
That's what... Oh, yeah, because he's like, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. And I'm like,
and maybe he's the Jay Garrett that everyone's thinking.
Hi, man, it just... Like, if I... okay, if you had to give it a score, what'd you give this episode?
This episode? It was solid.
It was. I guess I'm nitpicky this
I'd say 8.5.
Wow, I wouldn't go that high.
It was a solid episode. The only thing that I didn't like was... Yeah, I guess the ending, and then, like, when the fact that there's no mention of the Supergirl crossover.
Yeah. I'm going to be like IGN and just give it, like, a 7. I'm just kidding. I'm not
That's
going that low.
That's why I stopped. I don't trust IGN.
I'm not going as low as IGN does. No,
don't scoop to their level. Don't.
If I had to give it a score, it was still a solid episode. I really did like seeing Zoom's backstory. I love seeing Cisco finally dabbling more into his powers, and I loved watching him get scared over it. I liked watching Joe. God, the guy who plays Joe is so good.
Yeah, he is.
He is so good. I mean, like, talk about chemistry amongst the cast. I mean, this cast is so good.
If anything, I feel like his son Wally. I feel like he's like the Laurel of this show. Like, he's really annoying.
Oh, we all know how that turned out.
He always comes in and like he has something to complain about. He sounds like a Marvel fanboy.
Oh, stop it! You did not just say that. That's terrible. All right. Well, if I had to give it a score, I could sit solid at an 8.
Okay.
It's still good. It's still The Flash. It was just very cliche, some of the stuff that happened, and just kind of like, come on, guys. It felt lazy, but I still love the show. And like I said, I can't complain too much. The season's not over. Mm-hmm. I'm sure my questions are my questions are going to get answered. Go ahead.
No, my biggest thing is like, however this ends. So far, it's been a phenomenal season.
Yeah.
However it ends, like Flash keeps setting the bar higher and higher. How will season 3 compete? What villain could they use?
I don't even know.
I mean, you guys can comment in the comments below and like let us know what villains you think they'll go. But it's like, what other villains can they use?
They just took Reverse Flash and Zoom, and it's like
they the two biggest Flash villains. Like I know they have Gorilla Grodd, but it's like I know he could. I have a feeling
they may play with like Flashpoint next season. Why not? Like, maybe he gets to a point where something happens this season where he goes back and he changes. He does it. And it's a whole season.
I can see that. Well,
that would be fun.
I mean, let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, please. We love to hear
because, like, we want to hear those opinions. Like, as far as, like, for me right now, the only person is Gorilla Grodd. He was in the Gorilla City. Right. But, like, I don't see where else they can go. Yeah. Like, how else they could top themselves again.
We'll see. We'll keep watching next week. I mean, we'll be doing our recap for The Flash. Did you get a chance to check out the Chronicles of Cisco?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so there's this new digital short, real quickly, where they're doing the Chronicles of Cisco. And essentially, this first episode's only 2 minutes long, and you can find it on YouTube. Is Cisco working overtime in Star Labs, and he's just like got this gun. He's working with the Flash, and he's like, "Break yourself, fool!" And he shoots. He shoots the Flash costume, and he's just like, it's Cisco being Cisco. But then it ends on a note that a metahuman has broken into Star Labs, and it's just him there. So that's the end of part 1. It's real short. Check it out. It's Cisco. Cisco's freaking phenomenal, dude. He's so funny. All right, guys, that's our review of this week's episode of The Flash versus Zoom. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. It's still good, but yeah, we'll keep going. For Worlds Collide, I'm Matt.
And I'm Tony.
And make sure to subscribe to our channel. Check out our other playlists and stuff like that. And we will see you guys next time.